Okay, so this is upper B, and today is day, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure today is the 7th day that I've been doing this 90-day challenge. This week I've had 5 days of work, so I've just had work and come back. Which isn't really ideal, honestly. I'm not feeling super energetic or excited for this workout. But we'll see how it goes, and I've just got to kind of get through it anyway. I know you can't really see my head here. God, this is just awkward. Freaking spider webs. What have I done? Already I've mucked up the setup. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, today is day 7. Feels weird to say day 7, but I finished Thursday last week of the 30-day protocol, the low stim one, which was really nice. But as I was saying, I've had 5 days of work this week, so it hasn't really been ideal for kind of energy-wise, and I just feel a little bit more drained than usual, which is just, I think it's because I feel like I have to put on a front when I'm working at the cafe. It's not really aligned with any of my values, and sometimes I feel like I just have to take responsibility for a lot of things and kind of manage things a little bit as well, because my mum owns that shop. But it's a good opportunity for me to have, I guess, and I've learnt a lot from it, learned a lot of social skills, but it's not ideal for me at the moment. I probably need this a bit lower or else it's going to be hard to get up. So I'm just warming up with the barbell. Oh, I can already feel my chest. I'm going to put that down actually. Smooth. How much of a warm do I want to do? I'm going to try 40 kilos, that is, for the next warm-up set. I don't lift crazy heavy, never have, kind of because I live at home, do my home gym, so it's not ideal to kind of lift super heavy, just because like if you stuff it up then it's kind of awkward, but also I'm not quite strong enough to have a lot of weight. I should point that out. That feels okay. The first exercise, bench press, is mostly focused at strength. So then, I guess it's kind of hypertrophy as well, because if you're lifting heavier, then your muscles are going to have to adapt to that. But usually the hypertrophy range is a little bit higher, so strength range for this, it's about 6 to 8 reps that I'm aiming for. And that's, so strength, lifting the weight heavier, less reps, bit heavier. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I was going to end it with something, but I don't know what it was. So I'm just going to do this again. I haven't lifted this weight in a while. Those were all warm-ups, by the way. Next one is going to be my working set, and then I'm going to start recording it on my book. I feel like after the 30 days, being on camera feels a lot more natural. Like after a point, like for so long it just felt like it was really anxiety driven and kind of like, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? Like, and like having other people around and like, when am I going to be able to record? And now I just feel a little bit more relaxed for some reason. I guess I've just kind of been exposed to it a lot more. Sorry if you can't see my head very well here. It's like a weird angle to be looking at. I've got the big weight plate in my face. But as I said, this isn't an ideal setup, but it's what I've got at the moment, so I've got to make do with what I have. I also think I just got to do my work. I'll say it later if I remember. Sorry for the crunch. I was not expecting to get 8 reps that easily with that weight right away. That was the weight that I was using beforehand when I was like lifting fairly regularly. Notebook, I just like writing on things for some reason. It's kind of nice to finish notebooks and then have them stack up, but I used to have a lot of journals in my old workout ones, but I felt like I had to let them go, so then I chucked them all out, and I kind of regret that now. Like, I wish that I could have had those. I wanted to get rid of them because they were too negative, and I felt like they were taking up space. But now I kind of wish that I had have just kept them, you know, just so that they were there and I could have that record. But they're gone now, so I just got to let that go. I also like being outside. It feels a bit more calming. Like, we used to have this set up inside, or I would always have it set up inside. You can see some of my older videos from a couple of years back where I had my gym set up in my room. And that was nice and kind of convenient, but I like the separation, and I also love being outside when working out. It feels a little bit more, it kind of feels more natural. That first set felt kind of easy, so I'll see how the next one goes, and then if I get 8 again, no, I'll just leave it. If I go 3 sets for 8 this week, then next week I will up the weight. God, I just got a little bit anxious. I was like, am I recording this or am I just talking to space? Yeah, it's just on low power mode. This is probably going to be a longer video as well. Oh fuck, it said 8. It said 20% on my phone. Please stay alive, phone. If it cuts off randomly, then my phone has gone flat. And I can't charge it because I have the receiver for this plugged into it. There's no PowerPoint out here. Oh, that's kind of frustrating. You see, I think I need to get a camera. Again, 8 reps. The first one I felt like I could have maybe got 10. This one I felt like I maybe could have got one more before I started to kind of fail. Am I going to be able to get through all this? Or just got to check my phone percent. Yeah, we're good. Accidentally stopped recording. Had to check the percentage. Why did I write 9? Silly Billy. You didn't get 9. You got 8. I actually like working out in the afternoons now because in the morning I sometimes felt rushed. I think a bit more cortisol through your system, your body's not quite warmed up and your brain's not like, I don't know, in the afternoon there's a different feeling to it and it's kind of nice because even taking pre-workout and caffeine, which I haven't done for ages because it makes me really jittery and anxious, like my hands like really jitter a lot. And I find that if I have work, I cannot take caffeine because I will just be like super stressed. And so it's actually nice to do these workouts and it kind of feel a bit more natural. Like sure, when I'm doing the movement, it feels a bit hard, but it's not like that anxiety kind of jittery and like trying to get through it and like pumping iron going, you know, that's kind of nice and it feels good to get those pumps from it. But I've found that those kind of big, you know, dramatic kind of movements and dramatic kind of scenarios aren't really synonymous with growth, with reality. Like reality is really boring. Not really boring. It's boring at first, but it's kind of a bit dull doing the same thing over and over. It can be dull. I'm kind of correcting myself because I felt like it used to feel boring, but now that I've adjusted to it more, I'm like, I'm not actually that bored, I'm more peaceful and more content, and I'm able to kind of sit in that boredom, and that boredom has become, rather than this kind of suffering, it's become just this nice state. I wish that words could describe it. Oh, I just keep talking. I love talking to the camera because I just feel like I can let myself go and express myself to you guys honestly, because I don't feel like I have this anywhere else, and that's why I want to talk so much when I'm on camera. I'm going to get this set done, and then I think I might talk about words and Alan Watts afterwards. But then my phone's going to go flat, so I better show you the workout. That felt reasonably good. Right, I'm going to have to move that for rows. I'm going to have to move the camera for rows. move the vent out of the way. Ooh. Incline bench is next. Question is, will you be able to see my head? And I think yes. Just do a little warm up. Yeah, I'm feeling a better connection today. Let's see what I did last week. 30 kilos, 8. I didn't really feel anything crazy on that though. Let's see if I can do more 20, more reps with the same weight. I did say I was going to say something about words and Alan Watts. I've tried to explain this, I think, in a few other videos, but words aren't experienced. Like I can say, oh, I'm going to do a row. And some people may think of like rowing a boat. Other people may think of like a machine row or like a dumbbell row. But then saying, I'm going to do a row, and this is how you perform it. You do it leaning forward and then you pull it up. It's like just saying words, and sure you can get imagery in your head, but that's totally different to me just oh, dramatic effect. Doing it is different to talking about it. Anyway, I think that sounded a bit pretentious of me, so sorry if that did. I didn't mean it to. Maybe I did mean it to, unconsciously. Another funny Alan Watts quote that I want to say, it's kind of about nihilism, because I often talk about like what's the point of doing things. Like I've talked about that I haven't really wanted to be alive and I didn't want to exist a lot of times. Like why is there a point to anything? I don't see any point. Like if I'm just going to go on forever, why don't I just end it now and save myself all that suffering? But to say that life is meaningless is to say that that statement itself is meaningless. And that came up because I was thinking of it's nice to build my body and to work on art. They're both kind of arts in different ways. Working on drawing the form, seeing something and then making it real. Training it real rather than drawing it real. And it's kind of like, what's the point? Well, if my body's going to decay one day, then what's kind of the point? And the point is that I did it anyway. And that it can be done. I feel like my life is kind of tied between suffering and doing things anyway. Like, sure, I can feel bad and suffer or whatever, and I've kind of wallowed in that and just gave into that so many times, like binge gaming, binge eating, just not taking care of myself, thinking that I'm a piece of shit, to put it bluntly. And I guess just me accepting that and say, oh, well, maybe I am, but I can do this anyway. And I don't have to do it in a crazy way. I don't have to make up for feeling like I'm a loser. I can do this in a sustainable and kind of nice way and still get through my life. This is weird topics to talk about while I'm trying to lift weights. Like, you probably just saw the thumbnail and like, it's like, oh, this guy's like doing a workout challenge and he's building muscle. I want to see that. And then I'm just talking about existential stuff instead. Oh yeah, I got 12 that time. I think I could go heavier next week, definitely. All right, I'm barely, like a quarter through it. Having fun looking at a guy sitting on the floor doing nothing? Me too. Ooh, oh. That's it for the rows. Right, change camera again. The view. Oh my god, 10% already. I think I'm gonna just have to leave it there and I'll finish my workout because I don't want to cut it off in the middle. But if you didn't see my last week's video going through it, I've got 3 sets of incline bench, then I've got 3 sets of pull-ups, then I've got 3 sets of lateral raises with dumbbells. So thank you for watching and hearing me kind of talk. Next week I'm going to go over my lower A workout, and at that time I'll ensure that my phone is more charged and that I have more time to kind of record it. I'm working quite a lot, so I have to I'm working 5 days the next 2 weeks. And so I have to kind of cram things in a little bit more during the end of the week, but I wanted to record this a bit earlier than expected, just to have it kind of there. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.